Hello there and welcome back to Satisfactory, yes. We're back on good old Satisfactory, ready for another day, back on a modded playthrough. And if you'd like to know what those mods are, the mods list is down in the description section of the video along with a link to Satisfactory Mod Manager so you can download and install mods for yourself, yes. Okay, so, first of all, as we get started here, happy Spooktober everyone. Hopefully you're all having yourselves a great Spooktober. I know I am, I know the channel is. Everything's doing really, really well. So I'm pretty happy about that. And again, I'd like to extend my thanks to you guys because you guys have been making it happen. Especially on our Phasmo videos. Those have been doing really well, and I know that the Phasmo Halloween event is out, so we're going to be playing that later. I don't know about today, but I definitely know that I'm definitely going to want to get some recordings in that. We've been doing the Halloween event for Forewarned, so you might as well do it for Phasmo as well. Everything's just going crazy. I'm being pulled all over the place. It's been fun, definitely. So yeah, now that that's all out of the way, and I kind of plugged myself, ha ha ha. But sorry, I'm a child. But yeah, so a few things have changed. Oh, how'd that happen? You guys see this beam just missing here? I mean, I have been working on this. A few things have changed that I have built. For some reason, I can't connect to that beam connector. Oh no. Okay, now we're good. There we go. It's back. I don't know why that beam was missing, but yeah. So all of this, I did temporarily hook up the power plants, and I totally did not forget to turn them off before I did so. So some of these got like a massive boost in charge just really quickly while I didn't even notice for a little bit. But yeah, I did do fully connect up the power plants. I'm going to show you how I did that first. It's going to be like half this episode is me just showing what I did in between episodes. I spent a good like 5-6 hours on this, so hope you all are happy with it. Again, I'm just kidding. So first of all, let's take stock of our uranium fuel rods that is very radiated over here. Yeah, that's how much I've built. And you're just like, oh, that's not a whole lot. It's just like, it is when you consider how much time has been wasted. We're out of uranium again. We've been running out of uranium lately. As you can see, the uranium line is empty. It also had been partially surrounded by these beams. I've been trying to get that, but I kind of got sidetracked. All the power in between towers here has been completely and utterly removed because I wanted to remove those. So now, obviously I'm not going to be able to get too close because we don't have power here yet. Now the power is hooked up to this power pole here. This is every single one of these towers has been done. Hooks up to this, goes up to this line, and goes all the way up. These are all Mark IIs, by the way. That's when I temporarily hooked up power to do that, and then I removed it because I was like, oh crap, I can't be having that. We're going to be hooking up power today, though, don't worry. And we're going to be getting these running again. So I got power over here. So now I've got all these power lines. Each one of these goes to their own reactor. They are interconnected. They were interconnected? No, they're connected. What the heck? Let me temporarily hook this back up again. I don't know what I did. I've been doing a lot of power recently. Let's get this hooked up to power. Here we go. Let's pull off of this real quick. This isn't going to turn anything on, don't worry. There we go. Now we have power. Okay. Yeah, I must have disconnected it and then forgot. Forgot to reconnect it for showing you guys this. Anyway, now we can go up here. So now we have power to this. Like I said, all of these are off currently. There's no power. Now that that's connected, now those battery terminals over there are going to start charging. That's our charging system. Now, here we go. Look at all these. These are Mark II wall connectors. The reason I used wall connectors, or double wall outlets, and so that it goes either side. I actually think it looks kind of cool. That way you can fly around these with no issue, and it actually looks good. So that's how these get powered, by the way, is if we go down here. There we go. So it gets connected to this power pole, goes up the side right here. So any of these towers can be done like this. This took me many hours to do. It was connecting every single one of these. Because I put in the wall 2 connector, the connectors first, and then connected them on the outside. I wanted to connect them on the inside, but the wire goes through the wall. So this is why. As you can see how that wire goes through that wall there because it's changing angle. Yeah, so I connected them on the outside. Yeah, and then they go around the ring, and then they come down this way, and then they get run in. Just like with every single one of these power, they're also connected between as well. Like I said, all these are off right now. All these, because we did have some going, and they were sending. They were immediately started sending nuclear waste to the train station, which I had to move the train station as well because I thought I was going to pull power to this right here. I got rid of all those. So I was pulling power to there. I got rid of all those half blocks we had at one point. So the train is back over here. I just recently done that because I had planned to put power there, and that's not what I needed. But now I got what I wanted, kind of. We've got all 5 wires going all the way down to each side from each nuclear reactor. Going all the way down. It looks industrious. I think it does anyway. So yeah, looks industrious. Looks nice. I'm very happy with it. Overall. I'm not happy with everything, but it is overall. I am happy with it. And yeah, and then each one of these now ends. So when you come to here, this one ends and goes that way. And then this one ends, it goes that way. And then it connects up to our power towers here. I know these towers are not needed, but it looks cool. So yeah, all of these are connected. They all have to be Mark IIs in order to have enough connections to do this. Actually, it looks really cool, I think. Pulls the electricity up to here and then goes back down to one connector. As you see, all these are charging now. This one got connected, and then that one never did. That one finally got connected. And then all the wires go to the building here. Inside of this building, I plan on having a bunch of power switches. I was having trouble figuring it out, and I was like, you know what, I'm tired. I'm done. I'm going to go take a snooze, and then I'm going to go make this episode. So this is me after the snooze. So yeah, and this is how I'm keeping the floors separate. Haven't completed this yet, but the way the ramp case, I should say, the switchback ramp case, whatever you want to call it, has worked out. It's ended up here. So I can't put a 1 meter wall on this floor. And then the electricity goes out to this massive tower. As you can see, it looks a little familiar, doesn't it? Looks like it comes from over here. So yeah, all this is connected. This is how it's going to get to the city, by the way. I'm going to run... Oh, jeez. I forget there's no power out here. Actually, no, there should be power. Just not along this. Come on, give me power. Yeah. So yeah, this massive freaking thing. This is made up of over 275 pieces. Something like that. I can't remember the number, but I know it was over 200. And at last I looked, it was like 270 some pieces. It's a lot of pieces. It's got its own 2 meter base. With these pieces here, I think this looks pretty damn realistic as far as I can make it anyway. As far as I have patience for. Took me many hours to do that. Yeah. So this is actually made up of 2 different... I can't get any power connection. This is made up of 2 different blueprints. And I actually need to modify one blueprint, but I figure I don't really care enough to really worry about it. But yeah, this is made up of two different blueprints. So if we go into our blueprints here, scroll down, we've got the power tower, which is... I keep losing power, and it's annoying. Freaking thing. So yeah, we've got the power tower here that we called it. This is the top piece, obviously, for the when you're doing the bigger ones. And then down here we've got the bottom piece. So this is the bottom piece here. So basically, what I needed to amend was that top square. The top square at the very top piece of it. It's not correct. As you can see here, it's definitely not correct. But yeah, this looks pretty cool though. I think it's nice and high. Just like you would see in real life, and it comes from these cables. A lot of cables. It's taken a lot of steel beams and stuff, many trips back and forth with all the steel. Now it's over like 600 steel beams just to make one of these. It's insane. But in my opinion, it's worth it. You know, at least I think it is. It's very worth it. But I don't know if I'm going to continue with this or if I'm just going to go with the power tower on the ground here. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. It's a thing. Oh, weird. There's a weird bug. So the power tower, we could just do this. And just put the power towers up on the supports, go every other support or so, and call it a day. Because this, the bottom piece, is much bigger. It's a 3x3 square with a almost half foundation. It's actually slightly smaller, but an almost half foundation all the way around. Because the half foundation wouldn't fit in the blueprinter, so I had to make it smaller. It's like we could do these, of course, as well. This is not not like it's a big ask or anything. So if we like centered it, like here, say, keep it up and out of the water, or we could center it here, down at the bottom. Oh jeez. I have a feeling that I'm going to be falling off a lot of stuff. Could center it like that. I actually don't know, because it's going to be very interesting. So I need to find the middle between. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, that's going to be our plan today. Mainly, can I do this? Can I not do this? Really? I can't do this. I'm on the outside here. Oh, I'd lose power right. Oh my gosh. I cannot go too far out here. It's really annoying. I'm dealing with blueprints. I hate the range on this. Always have. So yeah, you got 1, 2. We got to be careful here. We don't. Of course, placing this one down is actually not going to be that big of a deal. Because there's not that many pieces to the bottom. So if we do that, let's say. I don't know. That's going to be hard to deal with. But yeah, I could amend the blueprint to try and fix it, but then I'd have to replace. I guess it wouldn't be too hard to replace the bottom of that. Yeah, just Look at that, it's not even. That's fine. Yeah, it's actually kind of annoying to place this. I don't know how I'm going to do it, to be honest. Kind of iffy on what I want to do, to be honest with you. I could stick it in the water as well, but then I wouldn't be... Actually, I could be on grid. It's like, yeah, we could do this two different ways. And I think what I could do as well is I could make another one of these for specifically... There we go. Oh, this is going to be fun. But for specifically, yeah, like I said, going to be fun. Fun. I mean, what's more fun than trying to delete something while you have no ability to fly? And then you end up selecting everything else. And then we fall in the water. Don't worry about me. I'll just just be an idiot. It's fine. Yeah, I'm not really sure about that. Like I said, we could just stick it in the water. Call it a day. I can't even hold control on this. It just refuses. If we could get this placed correctly, it probably wouldn't be so bad. It's just... It's a bit of a mess. And of course, like I said, the alternative is taking this blueprint and just sticking it on here. We get it on. I don't know, the blueprints are weird sometimes. They don't act correctly. Like, I'm trying to place it. I guess I could place it there. And I can't hit H, of course. H just gets rid of the HUD. Can't do that with blueprints. It's like, yeah, we could just do that, though. And it wouldn't look too bad. It's just, man, I really want to use the bottom portion of this like that. It just, I don't like how I did it now. I need to rebuild it. Yeah, I guess the idea then would to just be try or get it to the city, basically. Yeah, my issue is the outer portion that I did. Like, this would be okay in the wild, but if we removed... Like, if I load up the blueprint and then I remove this portion of it, that might be okay. Like I said, these are just sitting on the edges of the foundations themselves. Yeah, let's do it. We probably need to load up a blueprinter first. Alright, let's get this blueprint in here. I needed to amend it anyway. So blueprint. Load blueprint. Power tower bottom. That has been loaded. Alright. And again, the thing I hate about the blueprinter is you should be able to power the blueprinter. You should be able to connect a power to the blueprinter so you can fly around. It is the most annoying thing, because this is like, you get this big space, but you can't fly around it. Okay, I have amended my original design. So now instead of this, it's now this. This will give it a little more height. Plus, we don't have that box on the top that I'd have to remove each time. I can just plop it on top and it should snap in correctly. And then we leave the center foundation here so that we can place it. If I put it into blueprint mode, I might be able to place it correctly. Or I can just do this and then remove these pieces later. Let's turn these into maybe 1 meters. I think 1 meters might be the best. And of course I can always replace these as well. We just need a center foundation. And then a couple bits that lead to the outside so that you can snap it up against stuff. I think that'd be really good. Wait, why is that? Oh, whoops. Guess, because you can place it wherever. Of course, we could always place a 1 meter here, like this. Like I said, we could remove it and then, do it that way as well. So, yeah, that's a much better thing. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save the blueprint. Name is already in use. See, I will overwrite. Yep. That's exactly what I want. I want it to overwrite. I had to put a little power thing here so I could actually have a decent amount of fly. So yeah, what we can do as well is we can clear the designer so that we can delete it, and then any remaining materials we put in there. Okay, sweet. So now we have a base that we can actually use. It's got a center, so it's centered on one foundation. So we're going to have to be real careful, but we should be able to place it up against this, which is where I wanted it in the first place. And then, yeah. So now it should be, yeah, that's better. And it's not as confusing as well, right? So what we can do is we can do this. Let that build. Look at all the steel beams going in. It's actually not that expensive, this piece. And like I said, if we want to, we can remove this here. And then we can go zoop this, which is what I wanted to do in the first place. And then do that. Because, I mean, to be honest, do we really need a base? I could put a base in the center. I mean, I kind of already ruined it, didn't I? Actually, didn't quite ruin it. I can still get there. Because of the way I've used this, I can now find the center again. And then do foundation. Like that. And then do that, do that, do that. I actually don't like, I like it with just the little pillars. I think the little pillars are cool. Yeah. And then, now then, once that's placed, what we can do is go back over to blueprints. Now this one, if we screw this up, it's going to be very, very painful. Because this thing, look how much concrete, steel beams. It's got some poles, and then it's got a bunch of quick wire as well. Yeah, this thing is 150 pieces. This thing, if you misplace this, it is an absolute pain to delete. So you have to be very, very careful. Which, that was perfect. Oh. Okay. And then, yeah, it's just like, and the autosave comes in to ruin my day. Autosave's always doing that. Yeah, and then we can remove that little concrete piece. So now, are we going to make it? That was close. I'm surprised man. Surprised I was able to do that. I actually don't know if I can hook these up. This is going to be the ultimate test right here. This might be too long. Oh, it's too long. Crap. Okay. That means we might have to we might have to move it. I don't know if I want to, though. We've had this happen before, though. Yeah, this is just too far. It's just way too far. I mean, to be honest, this one doesn't even match this anymore either. So what we could do is swap it. But then I'd have to reconnect all that. I mean, I suppose I could. Generally, you would want this at a 45. And that's why it's too far. Like, how far can these go? Yeah, see, that one's okay. That one's okay. I'm just trying to see if rotating at a 45 would have been, or would be advantageous or not, if it would still not work. Generally, I think if we were to do that, we'd have to move this entire thing outwards to where it was touching the edge of the road in order for that to fit. And these power lines are going pretty far. Like, what's further? So we'll just call that one foundation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 9 foundations to say that. And this one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 foundations to that. So actually, this length is further than this length. So in order to get that to work, yeah, we'd almost have to move it. Oh man, how am I going to do that? I can't move this any further, really, because this is probably about the max length. If I was to, say, take another power line here and then bring it, yeah, you can see the length is like, we're right at the end of the length there with that. So we're going to have a I don't know what we're going to have, because that's too far. So basically what I'd have to do is I'd probably have to delete this, and then what I'd have to do is then place it right on the edge of the road there. 9, 10, and then 11. So basically I'd have to almost place another set of arms, if you know what I'm saying. We could actually do that, kind of. Like, if we move this towards straight, it would probably work. So basically what I'm saying is, like, was this 15? Just for this specific piece. So then let's say we put like a, I don't know the exact length of it, but this will be a good test to see if that'll reach. Okay, that will reach. That will reach. If this is centered with this one, we can reach those, and then we can do a corner piece. But yeah, I'm gonna have to delete all this, which isn't gonna be fun. I'm gonna have to leave those power connectors there until I delete most of it. It's over 150 pieces. It's gonna take forever. But yeah, then we're gonna move it over here, and then I'm going to make this a kind of cross post and do it that way. Yeah, that's gonna take a while. Yeah. One moment, please. Okay, there we go. Actually, it didn't take as long as I thought it would. But yeah. This has now been moved over to this. So we know the maximum range. Let's measure out the range here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 foundations is the maximum range for these. Okay. That makes sense. So yeah, I also rotated it as well. So what I did was I just selected it with the selection, or with micromanage instead. Yeah. So yeah. And again, this is all for visual show. This is not for... also got the center too. This is not for... You don't have to do this. This isn't required of you to do anything this crazy. And plus, Update 8, if you're not on the experimental branch, Update 8 will be coming soon to the, hopefully very, very soon, to the early access branch. And we'll be able to get those towers that they have made for us. That's the only issue. It's going the length of these things. Okay. It's gonna look cool when it's done, though. I can guarantee that. Gonna look really freaking cool. Okay, so basically what I need to do is I need to duplicate these arms right here. I need to duplicate a set of them going that way. So that basically we're rotating the wires. I was going to do a 45-degree turn on it, but then I was just like, it'll be cool with the arms, with the extra arms on this specific one to doing 90 degrees. I think it'll be alright. I guess we'll see how that goes. So let me get those arms built real quick. Luckily I have power up here so I can just fly around. Okay, and there we go. Let's go ahead and resume that. Resume our music. So yeah, that's looking all right. The wires do cross, I will admit that, but there's not a whole lot I can. Oh, so I forgot some beams. That's not a whole lot I can do. It's okay. We'll just. It's a one-off, I think. This is just a one-off type of thing. So, I mean, I guess what we could do, if we really want to make it a mess, it's just run the wires every which way. So everything's connected via this path. Like I said, I was trying to work out what would be a way to connect these without making the wires cross, and it's impossible. It's impossible. It's going to cross somewhere. The only way to avoid it, obviously, is do a 45 degree one, which I didn't want to do, so I'm going to cross all the wires. There. Now all the wires are going all the way around. Just for fun. Just for fun. Anyway, so now that we have this, what we can effectively do is we can go 12 foundations from, I'd say, probably from this point. That way it's slightly shorter, and then put the next tower and the next tower, and we'll go all the way along this line until we get to that corner. I think that would be good. And then again, that's just going to be an easy as... Well, first let's do some coloring. So we're going to call this... Yeah, we're going to call this so 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay. So then the next one's going to be centered upon this. But I'm going to get rid of this temporarily. And then we'll put the next set right here. So then, we got to remove this one. We actually got to go down here to place the blueprint, don't we? We have to be real careful. I'm actually going to remove this entirely, so it's easier. And then we go architecture, or no, sorry, we go blueprints, go power tower bottom. Now we should be able to put the foundation right up against this. No? Why is that not working? Is it because this is not a 1 meter? Is that why? That's probably why. It's in power tower bottom. There we go. Now this better reach, or it's going to be chaos. Okay, it can reach there, but that's at an angle, so it should be okay. If not, I'm gonna lose my hair. My hair, my beautiful hair. I'm gonna lose my freaking mind, though, I tell you. It's not very deep here, so. And then, yeah, again, we can just remove the foundation. And then put in our... Actually, it's not even that deep. It's like half a foundation deep over here. And then we go blueprints, and we grab this top piece, which we're out of beams, so I'm gonna have to go back to the city to get some more. It's so expensive. Anyway, that's gonna be the idea, though, and I'm probably gonna build most of that off camera. I'll probably cut out most of it. It's gonna take me a little while. All right, here we go. Alright, so there's one tower. So I was wrong. It's, well, it's not 12 blocks, it's 11 actually. It's 11 foundations. So I had to completely select this and move it as well. A whole foundation over just so that we could fit. For some reason, this set of wires was fine, but the other side of wires was too short. I have no idea why. And also I'm out of steel beams, so I'm going to have to go back to the city, go get more steel beams, and then, yeah, so every 11 blocks, actually. And so let's call that center 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and then on the 11th block. So what I'm going to do is go concrete structure like that. And then, so then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. So the next one will be there, and then next one will be there. Next one will be there. Next one will be there. I actually might put one. So it's going to be 5. Wait. Actually, it don't matter. So 5. And 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oops. 6, 7, 8, 10. 1 there. And yeah, we'll just continue with that logic there. It's going to be a lot of towers, and it's going to be a lot of steel. I'll probably have to get rid of most of my inventory, so yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to get rid of most of this inventory, and only keep the stuff that is for these blueprints, and keep my cable, and then, yeah, have the rest of it coated in steel beams and some concrete, so that's what I'm going to do, and then, I guess I'll build a couple towers and be back with you. I guess. Okay then, let's see how much this will get me. I've got quite a lot of quick wire, cable, concrete, steel beams, and rods is what I need for this project. cable and stuff. Oh man. Alright. Let's see how many towers I can get and how long it's going to take me. Actually, it shouldn't take too long as I don't mess anything up. Alright, let's go. Okay. Last tower is going in now. Oof, this has taken a lot out of me. Actually, it's just redundant, I suppose. I guess it's just. At least I figured out that blueprint. It'll just place right on it. But I always have to let myself settle to make sure I'm not gonna fall, because this is incredibly annoying to delete or move. There we go. There's the last tower. I will have to get power to it. You'll see my work here in a second. I just let this build. It takes a little while to build. There's a lot of materials going in. Man. Yep. So look at all them towers. Alright. We can just, that's what I've been doing, is just, I'll connect up one and then I'll go to the end. Yeah, it's a lot of towers. And these are pretty much at the furthest length they can go. You know, which is about, I'd say 11 foundations probably is max. But that's like, you're asking a lot there. And we are going uphill as well, so that does complicate things even more. Not that I've had to reduce my length, luckily. Just there's a lot more towers here than there would be in real life, of course. Because these towers would span, you know, the tower between the towers would probably span a mile, if not longer. Just because of the structural ability of the cables and the tower itself, being able to hold those cables in between. Yeah. There wouldn't be this many within this short span. And much like the real life towers, these things are incredibly expensive to build. In this game, luckily, it's just materials. You know, you don't have to spend money to build stuff. I guess frame rate would also be an expense. Think about it. Yeah, there we go. Alright, that's all the cables done. Look at all them towers. I had to turn the corner. So I just left that tower in. These two towers are a little closer than normal. But it does go uphill, and then it changes, and it's continuing to go uphill. And I'm gonna connect it to this right here. These connectors. I think I have 6 posts, don't I? 1, 2, 3, 4. I have exactly 6 posts to connect to. Or 6 poles, exactly. Which can be the bottom set. Or both sets, of course, but it'll be the bottom set for here. That's actually not, that was not intended. I could build another tower on top of here. And, ooh, that would actually not be too bad. It'd be weird, but it could work. But yeah, if I found the center and then say like I put like a, like it wouldn't be the whole piece, it would just be the top portion. Because then the power lines would come down, and then from there we would connect. Maybe I'll just, the heck was that? Was I just seeing things, or I was probably just seeing things? I've been playing this game too long. 1,800 hours almost. But yeah, I was thinking we could like put this here. And then have all of it come down, right? Come down and connect, and then the furthest ones go over to the end set, and then the closest ones then come back. But I guess what we could do is put it on the end. But then that's way too low, so you'd almost have to raise it. We could put it over there, but then we have to turn a left into the rest of this. I think what we should do is probably just Probably just put Mark IIs down and put them on top of these beams. Might have to get rid of that top piece. I should be able to. Yeah, if we put this here, and then just connect to this. So think of this as like a substation, basically. So we're just connecting to the substation, which then goes into these storage units of power. That looks pretty cool. And then say, yeah, we just do... I'm actually glad that reached. I was kind of worried that wouldn't reach. And then, yeah, we just do this. Yeah, that shouldn't look too bad. I mean, it's going a little a little bit of an angle that we really don't want, but the center of this thing is right there, so we wouldn't be able to do it really any other way. Of course, if this was real life, the amount of cable here, these towers would bend over. Not these ones, but these towers would bend over connecting to that in a real life setting. They would definitely bend over because the amount of cable. I don't know if you guys have ever tried to lift cable before when it's stretched out lengthways. It's near impossible at some point. I had to do it for a pump truck. We had a cable got twisted up, and we had to it unspooled halfway. Like it unspooled itself, right? It was weird. Like the spool itself unspooled half of the cable, and the other half of the cable was like all binded. It was a mess. And basically we had to reel out the entire thing, which was a 1,000 feet of cable, steel cable. And I was responsible for the one pulling the hook to keep the thing unraveling itself so we could reel it back in, because we had to do it out in the field. There was nothing else we could do. Yeah, it was a mess. And at one point I couldn't hold the cable up anymore. We literally had to drag it along the ground. I just had to pull because it got too heavy. Yeah, just like I just couldn't do it, man. It's still funny though, but yeah. I think what I'll do, yeah, we'll just connect to the ones in front, I suppose. So now this is completely connected to the power station now. Actually, I might do the dual cable just for fun. I got enough cable to do it, so it's like if we pull one cable that way, then we pull. Whoop, not there. Yeah, they would have to be made of like high strength, like steel, in order to do this. You can see those are starting to go off because they have been going off anyway, but now everything's all connected. They're probably help charging. They're probably going to help charge a little bit, I think. Freaking almost 1,800 hours in this game, and I don't know my Satisfactory. The heck's wrong with me? But yeah, so now we're connected to that. That don't look too bad. I mean, it could be better, but at this point, I really don't care. It looks good enough for me. I'm good. Okay, so if we had that one tool, that zipline tool, we could actually zipline down and up and down those. Oh. Just hop into the train. Yeah, look at these things, man. Sorry about the low FPS again. Just how it is. There's nothing I could do. It's CPU based, or it's CPU related. Not that there's anything wrong with my CPU. It's just this game. Once you get to a certain point, it just lags. In case you weren't aware. Yeah, and goes all the way that way. Okay. So now that we've got, oh, look at all this cable. Oh, it's so good. I love it. It's a little excessive. Again, completely and 100% unnecessary because this game doesn't. Honestly, I think they could have done with a little bit of a cable logic system. Not too complicated of one, like at the beginning, but like let's say you get to like fuel, you get to fuel power, right? Your fuel generators start producing too much power, so then you need to get like tier 2, tier 3 cables, right? And then at that point, maybe then you could have like let's say you have two different cables, just a Mark 1 cable, Mark 2. Mark 1 can carry so many megawatts, and Mark 2 can carry so many megawatts before it's limited out. So then if you're carrying like 6,000 megawatts, let's say you need, like maybe then you get tier 3 cable that can do like 5,000. And then if you're overclocking, maybe you need more. I don't know. If let's say that that cable can do like 8,000 megawatts or something. So then you have like tier 3 cable. Then it can really make sense. And then a system like this could be like, oh yeah, he just needs all this because he can't carry so much, and it just won't do it. But anyway, so we're at pretty much at the end of our episode, or close to it. I did want to save some time, so that's why I did a lot of it off camera, a lot of the building stuff, because we're going to start turning on power plants. We're finally ready to turn on power plants now that we have fully connected to the system. So if I get rid of this one cable, which was connecting us to the system directly, just this one cable, now we are fully reliant on these cables going all the way back, charging the charging power. So yeah, no power because, well, we don't have these on. So yeah, so currently we are doing, let me just go to, we are currently doing capacity at 11,259, 263. There's a little bit of drop in there. There's a little discrepancy with the, I think the coal power plants is what's causing that, but it's okay. You can see we're currently on the brink. Now our max consumption is 45,505. That's our max consumption. If everything was running, we wouldn't be able to run this system, at least not for more than 5 seconds. This battery would completely drain. As you can see here, it drains in 16 hours, 20 hours, depending on how much. It's currently in discharge mode. Once it turns blue, I think it goes back into charge mode. And then it tells you, instead of this telling you how long it's going to take before it drains, it goes blue, and then it tells you how long it's going to take before this charges to 100%. That's okay. One of these power plants is going to do it for us. Let's turn that on. Bam. We are now doing, instead of 11,250, which is our max, probably capacity we can do, we are now doing 17,500 megawatts. And now we're charging, and see it's going to take about an hour and some to charge the system. Now if we turn on another huge spike, goes up to 23,750. Now it's going to take about 45 minutes to charge the system. As you can see, these are now currently running. They're turned on. They're going for it. I wish these would smoke a little more. I think they could definitely do a smoking a little more, just for fun. And another huge jump from 23,760 odd, 70 odd, to 30,000 megawatts. We're getting closer to our max consumption. Still going to take about 45 minutes. That looks like the max. They could probably only charge so fast, if I had to guess. And then we turn on another. And another huge spike. So 30,000, we'll just call it 30,000, to 36,250. And next, start turning this on. We're almost to our max consumption with 5 nuclear reactors. Now we're at 42,512, 513 or so. Yeah, 5 nuclear reactors is what it took to almost... We're not even at our max consumption yet. One more will do it, though. So another huge spike that gets us over our max consumption. Finally, we are now producing over our max consumption. I have a feeling we're going to run out of water just by looking at this. It doesn't quite get full before it takes on another 50, so... Yeah, I think what I'm going to have to do is these pipes aren't fully 600, which is kind of annoying. Even though they say they do 600, they don't really do 600. It's not quite 600, which is stupid. It should do 600. I don't know what they're doing there, but yep. So now we jump from 48,750 to 55,000 megawatts being produced. And none of these pipes are sharing, by the way. These pipes are all completely 100% separate. I didn't even connect them together anywhere. They're all completely and 100% separate, so just so you know. And then turn on another. So from 55,000 megawatts to 61,250. We're still not even done yet. As you see, we're producing the barrels. We are producing the barrels. So now we'll go from 61,250 to 67,500. And then last but not... I was going to say but not least, but I don't really care about that thing. So we go from 67,503 to 73,777 is what I just read there for a second. We'll just call it 73,750. That's probably the best. And look at all those uranium barrels. They're going into the train station to get stored, and then we're eventually going to have to make a waste disposal site. Either because the storage is not going to last forever. I mean, it'll last for a long time. There is quite a bit of storage on those train stations, but yeah, it is. It's not good. We're producing a lot. We're not even using all this power. I mean, once these charge, they'll chew through the fuel rods less. But currently, these are all running at a max 100% because we're charging the system. So they're going to run it. They're going to run at max until we charge the system, and then they're going to drop. They should anyway. The burning of the fuel rods should slow down, and the producing of the uranium waste or the nuclear waste should slow down as well. But yeah, that's doing pretty good. Oh, look at these smoke as well. They're smoking. They're going crazy. Okay, so they're not respecting my walls too much, which is unfortunate. They're smoking everywhere. Jeez, they're going nuts. Anyway, it still looks really cool. Definitely with all these mega power lines and stuff like that is all going to be good. I would say, other than the main building, the nuclear power plant island is complete. Other than the main building and maybe the little bit of the front, some detailing and stuff. But I'm probably going to do most of that in my own time until we go to complete phase 4 with the nuclear pasta. We're going to be producing that over here, which I think would be really cool. We'll use this building. We'll actually use this building for something. That's why there's no, even though there's a second floor, there's no flooring in this stuff because I don't exactly know how I'm going to do everything. Oh yeah, looking good though. Looking good. Whoops. I'm pressing all the buttons. Anyway. But anyway, that is going to be it for this episode of Satisfactory. Ting. Yeah, that's going to be it. We actually ended on a pretty good note. We got all this built. We got what we needed to be done this week. A little bit early. So we'll probably be back here to this nuclear island, to the nuclear power plant island, shortly to do those those nuclear pastas. Maybe that's something we should focus on next. Either that or we can focus on one of the others. Doesn't really matter. We do need to focus on. Oh no, we have to focus on those infused casings or whatever the heck they are. Those cubes. The cube you see in the top right, the milestone. Leading edge production needs 50 of those silver cubes. We have to create a brand new production line for those before we can even think about nuclear pasta. So anyway, that'll all be sometime in the future. But for now, like I said, as the sun rises, that is going to be it for this episode of Satisfactory. So I do hope you enjoyed, and until next time, I guess it's a goodbye.